It is said that humility is a virtue that is difficult to embrace because it is a serene virtue and is often mistaken for what is not. Understand the true meaning of humility allows us to walk in our desire to the path of holiness. But we all know that it is not easy. It takes grace to understand humility. That is why it is good to remind ourselves that humility is the mother of all virtue and is the foundation of holy living. Without humility, we cannot obtain holiness. When we begin to understand humility, we will also face the challenge of embracing it. When we come to understand humility and subsequently make the choice to embrace it, we may still struggle with it when we see in ourselves that our desires are not always in accordance with our intentions. We may find our hearts divided between what we should desire and what we actually do desire. Regardless of where our desires are directed, hopefully, at least we know that humility is a virtue and is something good we must seek. Humility is a cure for selfishness and helps to clarify our thinking so that we can more fully entrust ourselves to God and His holy will. I believe that most of us desire true humility in our lives on the deepest personal level of faith. Yes, we may find ourselves struggling with it interiorly, but let us allow that virtue to grow in us and encourage those areas in our lives that need spiritual growth. We may enter into the life process, but at least in our life experience, we try to journey in it. Allow me to share the story of a young woman who was beginning to have good opportunities in her life, say, a better future in a good career. However, God prepared something more for her that could be the best opportunity for her. She knew very well that she was totally shaken and moved by this wonderful opportunity. She was really amazed at the opportunity. However, this young woman struggled with this. At first, she was trying to ignore the opportunity. She wanted to refuse. She struggled to die for herself. She was a little hesitant to miss out on opportunities that could make her famous. She struggled with so many thoughts and ideas of how others would think about her. She was afraid of losing her image in the eyes of others. This young woman seeks guidance and seeks God's guidance in prayer. She recognizes her limitations and turns her struggles around. She was able to reflect that Jesus' example of humility is enough for her to remember. So, she embraced the best opportunity that was offered to her and she felt fulfilled. Now she continues to use her gifts to praise God, even if no one sees or recognizes it. She continues to give the most that God has given her. If someone recognizes her gifts, she turns that praise back to God instead of focusing it on herself. She believes that she is walking in progress. She admits when she is wrong and can accept criticism positively with the help of God's grace. This story is my story. The decision to embrace the religious life also led me to the challenge of embracing the virtue of humility. It was not an easy moment at all, but with the openness and God's grace, everything became possible. Recalling this part of my story, I thank God for giving me an open mind and heart to see the beauty of embracing the grace of humility. I thank Him for purifying my desires and for enlightening me to His light.
I humble myself before you, O Lord. I am open to the graces you give. Pardon me for all the pride I have. Reconcile me for the hardness of my heart. I see no reason to refuse the gift that you gave. For everything is for your glory. Your humility, oh Lord, is enough for me to remind. Your humility, oh Lord, is immeasurably divine. I humble myself before you, oh Lord. I am open to the graces that you give. Pardon me for all the pride I have. Reconcile me for the hardness of my heart. The day has come when a part of me must die, but it is where you bring me to rise. When some of my old self needs to cut and fall, hoping for a new one to grow. I humble myself before you, oh Lord. I am open to the graces that you give. Pardon me for all the pride I have. Reconcile me for the hardness of my heart. Lord, I pray to you with a humble heart. Purify me and bring me to your light. Constantly teach me your humility, to embrace and to love you till the end. I humble myself before you, oh Lord. I am open to the graces that you give. Pardon me for all the pride I have. Reconcile me for the hardness of